friends, it's Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. So happy new year. This is the first full-length speed build that I've done this year, so I haven't had a chance to say that yet. But happy new year. I hope you guys had a great holiday season and I hope you're having a great new year so far. I feel like 2023 is going to be a really good year. I'm hoping so anyway, but yeah, this is the first speed build this year. I actually wanted to do a beach house for my first speed build of the year because I love building beach houses and I don't know, that just made sense to me for some reason. But this isn't actually a beach house, I don't feel like, because it's not on the beach, but you can see the ocean, so maybe it counts a little bit. But this is on a 30 by 30 lot in Brindleton Bay. This is the lot where the museum was. I think it's on a piece of land that's by itself, if that makes sense. I think it's kind of on an island. I don't think there's any more lots on this like particular, I don't know what to call it. I'll call it like a community. I don't think that's the right thing to say, but a neighborhood maybe. Anyway, it's where the museum used to be, and you can definitely tell that this was kind of made for a community lot because the surrounding like exterior of this build looks very much like it's for a business or a community kind of area, because there's a lot of walking trails and there's a lot of kind of community items, and there's a public toilet you can kind of see right now. One of those outdoor restrooms that are usually in the debug area. But anyway, I was going to actually delete that, and I could have deleted it with the T.O.O.L mod, and I was going to do that, but all the little decorations in front of it I couldn't grab with the T.O.O.L mod. I could grab the actual restroom, but I couldn't grab any of the decorations, and so then it just looked weird. So I decided just to leave it and kind of ignore it. But yeah, this definitely looks like a spot for a community lot. But anyway, this is residential. It ended up being a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. And I got the inspiration for this build off of Pinterest. And I've been wanting to build this for a little while, so I was excited about building it. And if you guys want to see the inspiration photo, it should be pinned on my Pinterest. That information is in the description box if you're interested. But I think it was somebody's artwork. Like, I think it was a painting or something like this of this little house. And it was the cutest little painting to me, and I've had it saved for a little while. And I just thought it was really pretty, and I thought it would be a great house in The Sims. And it made me think of the laundry day pack because there was a clothesline in it, and it just looked really peaceful. It didn't have anything to do with the beach. That actual picture doesn't have anything to do with the beach. I just wanted to put it in Brindleton Bay. But this house definitely did not end up looking like the inspiration at all. I'm happy with the way it turned out. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think it looks okay, but it just doesn't look like the inspiration photo. I don't know why. I don't know exactly where I went wrong. Maybe it should have been taller, maybe. I don't know. I was going to put this on the medium wall height, and then I changed my mind because I really don't like decorating the interior when I have it on one of the taller wall heights. But I did use a door from the medium section. So I used a door that was too tall for the wall, and you can kind of see how it's glitching at the top right now. But I really wanted to use a door that was taller than or bigger than the window that was next to it, and so that's what I ended up using. So I kind of am just pretending like it's not glitching. But yeah, maybe I should have used a taller wall height. I don't know. Another thing that really bugs me about this build is the exterior wallpaper. So I wanted the exterior wallpaper to be white, but I wanted it to be like house siding. So I wanted it to look like the siding of a house, not brick or anything like that. I don't know how else to explain it, but I wanted to go for this particular vibe, and I wanted it to be white and bright and really kind of cheerful. And this color is supposed to be white, but it looks more gray, to be honest, because you can kind of see I have a lot of white accents paired with it, like the column from Get Together that I put on the sides of the house, and then the rails from Cats and Dogs Pack. Those are white, and it's definitely a contrast from the wallpaper. So the wallpaper looks a little bit gray. And another thing that bugged me about this wallpaper is that it's one of those that the ends are different, and I hope you guys know what I'm talking about because I have no idea how else to explain it but when this wallpaper gets to the end of a room, or on the exterior at least, it's supposed to have a different like side. And so you can see in the front of the house that both of those corners worked. But for some reason, that doesn't always work for me. Even when it's on a corner, it just doesn't always have the right ending. So maybe one side will look like that and then the other side won't. And you can see it a little bit in the back of the house. You can see it a little bit just in random corners if you look. But hopefully you guys didn't notice that until I just told you about it. But I really rarely use this wallpaper because of that, because it never seems to work well for me. So if you guys have any tips on what I'm doing wrong or how to get that to work better, let me know, because I usually steer clear completely of this wallpaper. But there wasn't another option. Like I said, for this particular look that I was going for, there just wasn't a better option. This was the best one. I think this is a base game wallpaper. But I did use one of the columns from the Get Together pack to try and hide that a little bit. And I don't know, I think it pretty much covers it up. Unless you're looking for it, you don't really notice it. But yeah, anyway, like I said, this house made me think of laundry day. So I put a lot of laundry day items in it. So you can see out to the side, we have like a clothesline. One of the clotheslines is actually from the Island Living Debug section. So it's not even from laundry day, which is weird. You would think that we would have had like a decorative clothesline with laundry day, but we didn't. But anyway, I really like the laundry day items. And so sometimes I just really like building houses that kind of have that theme. I don't know if that's a theme, but I don't know. But originally I was actually going to build this as a base game cats and dogs and laundry day pack. But then I used that clothesline and I realized that I had already kind of went off that. I think I used something from the Seasons pack as well. I don't know what, but I think something out there came from Seasons. And so I just decided to give that up and just go for it like a regular build. And I feel like this house looks like it should have a basement, but I didn't build a basement. I don't know. I'm just now realizing that I never build basements in my speed builds, because I guess it's just like a lot of work and you can't really see it. Like you can't see it from the exterior. So I hardly ever build basements, but when I used to play a lot, I played with basements a lot. I think it's cool because it gives you extra space. And so I don't know, that's just funny. I have never noticed that before, or I've never thought about it, and that's a little bit weird. But yeah, this house looks like it would have a basement to me. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the exterior. I think we're going to decorate the porches, which this house ended up having 3 little porches, which is kind of a lot, but they're pretty small. But I tried to put a few activities on them. Like I put one of the flower arranging tables. That's the item from Seasons. And then I put one of the woodworking tables as well. And I like the exterior okay. Like I said, it doesn't look anything like the inspiration photo. But I feel like there was some angles that I just couldn't look at it from. So basically all the angles that you see, I try to keep to the left because the right side of it just looked really weird to me. I have no idea why. Sometimes I'm okay with a build the whole time that I'm building it. And then when I get to the very end, I just can't look at it anymore. Does anyone else do that with your builds in The Sims? Just get to the end of it and then just absolutely hate it? Something that you've been fine with the whole time? Because I feel like I do that every single time I build something. Anyway, we're on to the interior. And the interior is kind of funny because I kind of built it with a artist sim in mind, or a painter sim. But there's really not that much that stuck to that theme. I have a few painter things kind of scattered around the apartment. I've been renovating too many apartments, but I have a few painting things scattered around the house. And so it's not really that big of a theme. I think that's what I'm going to call it. So that's probably what you guys have seen, but it's not really that big of a deal. But I did have a really creative sim in mind. But I used this flooring from the Cats and Dogs pack on the exterior on the porches. And so I decided to just carry that on into the house and use that for the house flooring as well. And I did not realize how blue it was on the exterior, because it looked fine and it matched and everything was perfect on the exterior. And then when I moved into the inside, I was like, oh my goodness, it is really, really blue. And I feel like I do not build with a lot of colors on my floor. I don't really build with a lot of colors in my wallpaper either, to be fair. But I rarely use any colors on my floor other than like wood tones, very dark or neutral wood tones. And so this was a little different, and I wasn't sure how to decorate around this flooring, which may sound weird, but it just felt like a lot of color and it was kind of hard to match up to. So I went with white wallpaper, which I really didn't want to do because I've been using white a whole lot lately. in my builds, and it's a little bit boring, and I wanted to use something different. Also, the color of the flooring is a little gloomy. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else, but I don't know, it's a little dark. And so, yeah, I felt like it needed something to brighten it up. So I did go with white wallpaper because nothing else would match that I felt like looked good. So I went with the plaster one, so it has a little bit of texture. But yeah, I panicked for a minute on that. Maybe that exterior would have looked better with a brighter color as well, because this house was supposed to be really bright and kind of summery, and it doesn't look like that. It looks very wintry, to be honest. It looks very much like it belongs in the winter season. Maybe that's just my mood while I was building this. But anyway, the house is 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, so it's big enough for 2 Sims. It's a pretty small house. And it's not my favorite interior. Like I said, I don't know, the flooring threw me off, and then the walls are just so boring, and I didn't know what to do with that. But if you guys are not new here, you know that interior decorating is not my favorite part of building in The Sims. I'm trying to get better at it for sure, but this house, I don't know, the interior let me down a little bit. But let me know what you guys think. That's pretty much it for this build. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for joining me again with this video. And hopefully I will have some more videos soon to share with you guys. I kind of don't know what to build right now. So if you have any suggestions, or if you have anything you'd like to see on the channel, also just let me know what you think about this build in general. I love to hear from you guys. But thanks so much for watching, and hopefully we will talk again soon. I hope you all are doing really well, and I'll see you in the next video.